Tzu Chi brings food aid to Cambodia in the aftermath of flooding and deadly COVID-19 pandemic. Nurses at Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital are promoting vegetarianism amongst the community.
I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DI Headlines. Let's get started. Cambodia experienced flood and drought last year, devastating 20 provinces and cities. Many international organizations, including Tzu Chi, offered to help, though the disaster relief work was delayed till January due to the pandemic. Residents have waited patiently for Tzu Chi's aid distribution. Here's more.
The year 2020 has been a tough year for Cambodia. The country was struck with a pandemic, followed by drought in May and flood in October.
During
the drought, about 20,000 hectares of land in the country were devastated. Then, as the residents started farming again, the fields were flooded.
The floodwater devastated paddy fields and ruined the crops. Among the 20 provinces and cities that were flooded, Ban Thanh Ban province is the second province that suffered the most loss.
When it flooded, the residents ate irregularly, as it was inconvenient to look for food. They received help from the government and other people, but it could only sustain them for some time. Some people who haven't received rice borrowed rice from other people. There was no other solution.
We are running out of rice. There is only 3 to 4 kilograms left.
More than 20 years ago, Tzu Chi volunteers also held disaster relief work. That was the first time Tzu Chi distributed rice in the area. Time has passed, but Tzu Chi volunteers still insist on being direct and respectful as they carry out disaster relief. 80-year-old Chen Hanqi has the chance to wear his volunteer vest again.
20-some years have passed, but we still remember it. I also harbor compassion and want to contribute my efforts.
Tzu Chi volunteers have counter-assessed damages in November of last year, buying rice and cooking oil. They had planned to distribute aid supplies in December, but the event was delayed until January because of the pandemic. Volunteers spent 5 days distributing more than 20,000 supply vouchers in the village.
We cannot guarantee that we are doing it 100%, but we will do our best to prevent the infection.
People wear masks and keep social distances, but they are still excited.
In 1995, you helped us in the aftermath of drought. Now you're helping flood survivors again.
Everyone knows that life will get better.
Thank you very much. I am not the only one who is happy. Everyone is happy.
In Northern California, many affected residents of the 2018 Camp Fire still live in tents. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, government funds originally meant for rebuilding were redirected to pandemic prevention, making the road to recovery even more difficult. Tzu Chi worked with the Camp Fire Collaborative, helping clients apply for prefab homes. After nearly 2 years' effort, success is finally being seen.
It's a weird feeling to know it's finally here. Oh my gosh, this is so surreal. You got a house! I got a house! I have a place to call my own. I have so many emotions, I can't keep them all in, but I'm trying to contain myself. Susan, it's here! It's here! Believe it? Oh my God. I've already hugged the house like 3 times. We live and farm on this land, on this 40 acres. Focus full-time on mushroom cultivation and production. And then I grow herbs and cut flowers in the backyard. We want to just keep growing food. Like, we got so halted from the campfire. It was really frustrating at the beginning, actually. Before I had contact with Bobby, it was a lot of finding out information on my own.
When we all sheltered in place and went virtual, things stopped. The recovery funds were actually withdrawn and put into COVID funding. So I think I was really frustrated to see how everything slowed down.
But when she became my case manager, it kind of cut that time in half, which helped me get more resources.
There was a lot of paperwork to apply to 3 different grants. My team's been working with for over a year. We've been really successful, and today we see that success. It's really nice.
This is gonna help us reach back, reach down, and help more people. That's been our whole goal, is to feed Butte County, to find our niche, to be sustainable, to take care of this particular plot of land, because we know that there's a lot of history here. After everybody leaves, and there's going to be a big house here, so it's the same, yet it's completely different. I guess it's hard to describe.
In the Zhongzhen and Wanhua district of Taipei City, Tzu Chi held 6 community year-end blessing ceremonies for 3 days in a row. Participants all came with the feeling of returning home. The atmosphere here is not only warm, but also grateful for each other, even rewriting a new chapter in life. Here's more.
我今天是带着回娘家的心情来参加我们的岁末祝福，很温馨，很隆重。因为我把慈济当作我人生的第2个家。
Here you can find a different homely feeling. It's lively and shocking. It's a song of the blessing. It's unity in one mind. It's also rewrite the story of their own life.
I participate in a study club every day. Brother Gu was always caring for me. He did not give up for the remaining 2 days and arranged for me to be the recycling volunteer, fearing that I would miss every day, so he has been very active in holding me back, so I don't want to go back to the wrong direction. I can live a normal life like this today. I am very grateful to Brother Gu.
Brother Gu, for the past 10 years, every morning at 4 o'clock when I woke up, when I checked line message, it was good morning greeting message from Brother Gu. Or when he goes to class, he passes on the experience he has gained to me and shares it with me so that I can feel the same.
Putting yourselves in to take care of each other, isn't this a real family? Here, there is a great love and good destiny, forming the atmosphere of warmth and beauty.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Penghu held a year-end blessing ceremony. Though it's freezing cold, 400 people still attended. Yang Yating, who attended events for around 10 years, brought her family here to celebrate. From only her mother's attendance to her family's participation, the family is experiencing happiness. Take a look.
At the year-end blessing event, people gathered to participate in playful activities and receive the red envelopes of blessing and wisdom. Yang Yating, who participates every year, brought her family.
It is like receiving love from Jingsi Dharma masters. From the start, I wanted to bring my children so we can pass it on to them. And next year, we'll pass it on to my 3rd child.
Currently a 2nd grader, Zhu Zhenyan, brings his father to the event to go vegetarian, benefiting sentient beings.
We cannot eat meat. We have to eat vegetables to save our planet.
After a Tzu Chi sister came over and talked about the disadvantages of eating meat during the pandemic, he stopped eating meat.
The earth is ours. To keep our environment clean, we must do it together.
A year-end blessing event was held at Penghu Jingsi Hall, as 400 people participated. At the event, eco-friendliness and vegetarianism ideals are promoted in hopes that peaceful times may come.
With the blessings from Master Zheng Yan, we hope to bring it to communities, praying that everyone may be safe from disasters and misfortunes.
Nurses at the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center held various activities to promote vegetarianism. From slogans and posters to scanning QR codes, nurses are encouraging more people to join the cause. Follow our report as we learn more.
When I heard the master sharing a story on a Tzu Chi sister, saying that 500 vegetarian meal boxes can save the lives of 38 chickens and a pig. There are 1,000 nurses in our nursing department. So if we encourage everyone to adopt a vegetarian meal each day, in 1 year, we are able to save 29,200 lives. I then made a poster saying that if we don't eat meat, it doesn't matter if we are hungry. What matters is that we can stop the spreading of the pandemic.
今年疫情告急嘛，所以上人在讲大灾教育，病从口入，那我们希望法从口出。 我们在平常工作的时候
When we are working or when we are having administrative meetings, we will incorporate Tzu Chi's ideology and the Master's Dharma into our words. So this time, when we are promoting vegetarianism, many supervisors are willing to set an example of themselves and promote vegetarianism together.
我们去做这样的一个推述，所以同仁在吃饭的时候都是订我们医院的餐啊，你就可以鼓励大家说，那我们就扫一下 QR code， 就把我们以我们自己身为
As medical workers, we promote vegetarianism because it truly benefits our health. Besides using slogans to encourage everyone to practice vegetarianism, we've also used a QR code. The master said that we should save 50 cents daily, the idea of the bamboo com bank. This inspired us to make a QR code for our staff to keep track of their vegetarian record. When we come to work, we can scan the QR code and make a vow to eat one vegetarian meal today. With the QR code, we're able to have one kind thought every day.
因为牛跟羊或是那些马打个嗝或是放个屁产生的甲烷，那个严重影响比二氧化碳还严重。QR code 之后，我们又有在第三波。
After the launching of QR code campaign, we had a third wave of promotion. We then surveyed how many nurses are vegetarians now, and then we'll allocate them to different departments to share their stories on adopting a vegetarian diet with other staff members. So we are using this method to head over to different departments to promote vegetarianism.
会去跟护理人员去做宣导。是大家选出来的部分，就是为爱蔬食，让爱苏醒这样。刚开始在做这件事情的时候啊，心里其实是有一些。
In the beginning, when we started to promote vegetarianism, we had many obstacles in our minds. We were worried that the staff might complain. But from the process, I learned that the biggest obstacle is ourselves. For vegetarians, the overall death rate is lowered by 12% compared to meat eaters. For dialysis cases, the numbers are lower too. So once we used facts and data to convince ourselves, it will be easier for us to convince others. Because we need to encourage our staff, so the head nurse also thought of various ways to promote vegetarianism. Some even prepared braised eggs or even prepared delicious curry and share with the staff members. They will then encourage the staff that everyone should join in and become a vegetarian.
把这个盘子改不一样，就会秀色可餐。
When our supervisors are promoting vegetarianism, they also set themselves as examples by being a vegetarian too. Besides promoting to our staff members, we also hope that our patients can also become vegetarians so that their health can improve.
然后身体能够健康。今年因为那个疫情吧，整个新冠疫情，所以然后来推动一个素食啊，不然就是病从口入这样子。 保肾护心，蔬食护理。
Sanchong's year-end blessing ceremony has an environmental theme this year, which made good use of recyclable items collected during a beach cleaning. Large posters also showed the plight of a green sea turtle. Let's take a look.
To welcome the local community, special decorations are being put up outside, which are specially made from recycled and reused items. The buoys are picked up during beach cleaning and have also become beautiful works of art.
Some things that you think are useless can be revived with someone's creativity and can become an artistic creation.
The layout of the venue is based on the theme of the ocean. Large posters that are as tall as a person are on hand. This is the work of Li Jiao, who made advertising billboards before retirement, as this work fully utilized her talents.
Every angle and every detail was considered and paid attention to. This is especially true when two pieces come together. If you don't glue it well, the pattern will be affected.
Green sea turtles take on lifelike quality at this community year-end blessing ceremony. And nearby Sanzhong Park also has the theme of environmental protection, allowing the public to learn more about this subject as well as witness a stage performance. Every year's ingenuity and dedication is the motivation for some to come to the event each year.
Every year, we must come to the end of year blessing ceremony because the masters and brothers and sisters will all give us blessings that we can take home to share with our family.
The event helps many in the community welcome the new year with blessings, happiness, and peace.
Tony Chung Chi Wai is a tour guide with more than 30 years of experience. However, the COVID-19 pandemic caused him to lose his main source of income. A friend suggested he become a street performer, visiting a shopping plaza every day where he plays the guitar and sings. Take a look.
Tourism is one of the industries that dominates the global economy, accounting for 7% of international trade and 1/10 of all employment opportunities in the world. Tourism provides direct and indirect job opportunities to much of the world's population. However, COVID-19 has caused many countries to close their borders to prevent the spread of the virus. According to statistics from the World Tourism Organization, the number of international tourists in 2020 has decreased by about 70 to 75%, resulting in at least 100 million tourism industry workers losing their jobs. Malaysia has also been ravaged by the pandemic, canceling tourism year activities in early 2020, resulting in a loss of approximately $101 billion in the tourism and cultural industry in the first half of last year. Many employees engaged in the tourism industry are now unemployed. Tony Chung Chi Wai is a tour guide with more than 30 years of experience. This pandemic has inevitably led to a loss of his main source of income.
I work in two areas, entry and exit. Entry means Japanese coming to Malaysia, as I take them to do domestic travel. Exit means I take the Malaysians to Japan and serve the role as a tour guide and leader. When this pandemic came, it's just like you don't have a job at all. You have to rely on your savings, but it's still more than half a year now, and you're also looking for some new income. You can't maintain this life, so I was just thinking of another way out.
With the suggestion of a friend, Tony decided to become a street busker. He would go to a shopping plaza at a specified time every day and play guitar and sing. He was living on the contributions of passers-by to maintain his daily life expenses.
I loved doing this since I was in middle school. I like playing the guitar and singing. A friend introduced me to being a street busker, which can perform and can entertain everyone, and also give some income. Each month, my income is not as good as a tour guide, maybe just 1/3 of my income. If I sing for 6 hours a day, I can get $50. But there's no way you can get that from tourism, which yields zero income now.
Ever since becoming a street performer, Tony has a soft spot for this profession. Even if he can resume his work as a tour guide, he still wants to maintain his career as a street busker.
Tour guides also have a peak season and then a low season. After the low season comes, one may have a month that is very free. If this is the case where I have a week, I will come out and sing. Now I have two types of income, and I can also sing and bring joy and happiness to others like this. I will continue to work hard and hope that the world is peaceful and the tourism industry can recover quickly.
Go Hoi Ling, who was born in a traditional puppet show family, recently opened an art space to teach courses in this topic. Despite the pandemic and movement restriction orders, she continues to do her best to preserve this ancient art form.
Chaozhou theater is one of the oldest drama forms in China. At the beginning of the 19th century, Chaozhou people came to Malaysia across the ocean, spreading this art in Malaysia. For many years, performances for gods and spirits along with the patronage has been the main means of survival for this group. Go Hoi Ling who was born in a traditional Chaozhou puppet show family, leads the Kim Gak Lo Chun Ticho puppet troupe. In 2014, she also founded the Ticho Puppet and Opera House, which teaches classes to let more people understand about this performing art.
In the past, acting as an actor was looked down upon by others. We wanted to make it better so that more people could see it. In fact, traditional culture is not so low level. We have been sticking to it and persevering, and in 2004 and 2005, we got more recognition and began to protect historical sites and pay attention to cultural heritage. This means that this old industry began to change, and we became more respected by others as cultural artists.
In order to quell the pandemic, the Malaysian government began to implement a movement control order on March 18, 2020. The puppet troupe had to completely suspend work due to the cancellation of various celebrations. Despite this, Go never gave up promoting Chaozhou opera, switching from offline performances to online instruction as well as live teaching. They also made the first online short film on Chaozhou opera.
The main thing is that we still haven't given up on our ideals. After all, we must guard it, as you can't just switch to another career because of this pandemic. If you change careers, things can become coarse. Although it's not easy to be here, fortunately, we could rely on tuition to maintain us, and we were fortunate to have a good class of students. Although the economy is not good, everyone is affected and they did not give up as they continue to learn.
Now in 2021, COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia still has not improved, and the number of confirmed cases in a single day frequently increases. For this reason, the government formally implemented Movement Control Order 2.0 on January 13th, tightening the standard operating procedures for epidemic prevention once again, including banning all activities on holidays. In the face of difficulties, Go still stays true to her original intention and tries her best to protect traditional art.
I've been walking this path for more than 30 years. What I have learned the most is the principle of being a person with ethics, integrity, loyalty, and filial piety. This is what I have learned from opera and our predecessors. We'll continue to perform and take these traditional arts into schools. I hope to let students understand that this is not just a religion, but also an art. I think to coexist with the virus, we can only track hard and carry out the lives that we want to live. If I stick to what I want to do, I think that these difficult times will soon pass.
40 colleagues from the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center visited a care recipient family, helping them clean their home ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday. We leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.